program is the way to do it is to convince everybody else that they're no good shits. The people who become most adept at this find an ideology which allows them to go around correcting everybody else all the time, which explains why there are so fucking many Marxists in the world, even after Marxism has totally collapsed everywhere outside of China, Cuba, and Pacifica Radio. Marxism is basically a maneuver to put other people down. You just wait for them to say something. You got a long list, and as soon as they violate one of the taboos, you jump, aha, bourgeois thinking. Male chauvinism, whatever is the latest thing. And now why are people so devoted to putting one another down? Why do they all have this basic program, I am a no good shit? Well, infants are born without any culture. Every infant, as Bucky Fuller once said, is born naked, hungry, and intensely curious. And that's about it. Naked, hungry, and intensely curious. So the principal role of parents is to take this naked, hungry, intensely curious being and persuade it, cajole it, browbeat it, terrorize it, or one way or another convince it that the way we do things in this tribe is the natural way ordained by God, and anything you feel like doing or want to do or that seems natural to you, if it doesn't fit into tribal customs, you got to stop it right away. Now, most people have been so thoroughly conditioned by their culture that they really are horrified when they become parents, if they become parents. They really are horrified when they notice that their children do not have the tribal taboos firmly in place. The children are born without the taboos. They do all sorts of things that, according to social standards, are immoral, unethical, disgusting, perverse, and not the way human beings are supposed to behave. So the parents are really shocked. Oh my God, we gave birth to a monster. So then they put on more pressure. So the process of growing up from infancy to toddler to young child, getting ready for school, is a process of learning continually that you are a no good shit. And you got to learn to put on this mask and act like everybody else and repeat all the social customs, and then nobody will notice you're a no good shit. And this creates so much tension that people spend most of their adult lives still trying to recover from this by finding other no good shits and denouncing them. So human society consists of a search and destroy mission against no good shits. Let's find the no good shits and get rid of them. In California right now, it's the cigarette smokers. According to George Bush, it's the pot smokers. They talk a lot about crack babies, but Judge Sweet, when he had his awakening or whatever it was and decided the war on drugs was the craziest thing that ever happened to this country and started speaking out against it, Judge Sweet pointed out that 70% of the budget for the war on drugs goes to the pursuit of pot smokers. So if they're so worried about crack babies, why aren't they spending 70% on fighting cocaine? Why are they spending 70% fighting pot? Well, it seems, I don't know. That has a lot to do with it, probably. Those of you who haven't heard about that, Eli Lilly provides the ether and other necessary chemicals that are used by the Colombians to process the coca leaves into cocaine. And Eli Lilly makes millions and millions of dollars a year selling this stuff. And George Bush and Dan Quayle are both major stockholders in Eli Lilly. So if the cocaine business ever fell apart, they'd lose millions and millions of dollars every year that they're earning right now. So when they start raving and ranting about cocaine, which is a drug I don't like, but when they start ranting and raving about that, one has to suspect they are not perfectly sincere. And that may explain Judge Sweet's figures that 70% of the money is actually going to fight pot.